Hello guys, welcome back. If you have been following us on this channel, I believe by now you've already known how to download the XAMPP server on your computer system, download the WordPress CMS, configure it to run smoothly on your computer, and have your website created by now. So in this video, we'll be reviewing the WordPress Admin Dashboard, how to add pages, how to create posts, how to add users, how to do absolutely lot of wonderful things with the WordPress CMS. And we're going to be diving right in. So right now we are in our WordPress website, and as you may see, we don't have any administrative right to edit, to add anything or anything, because we're just like a user. So for us to be able to add something and do a lot of order creation on this WordPress website, what we need to do is to log in as an administrator. And for you to get to your administrative login page, what you have to do is you come to your URL bar and add wp-admin, then click on enter. Now you've gotten to your admin login page. For you to log in, you have to use the same information you used while creating your WordPress website. So you use your username or your email and you put in your password. Then click on login. So welcome to your WordPress dashboard. Looking at this, you can see the version of your WordPress and you can see a lot of other things here. And someone like me that doesn't like seeing all this on my WordPress admin dashboard, what I will do is I will navigate to the screen options and I will uncheck all of this. So immediately I'm unchecking it, it will be removing it from my screen. Then I'll click it to go up. Now my dashboard is as clean and empty, so I can be able to do whatever thing I want to do for. But you can actually go and check on the quick draft in case you want to draft anything or you have any idea while you're creating stuff on your website. You can easily put in the title and type your idea, maybe an idea for a post, an idea for anything. You can put it here and save it as a draft. Mind you, it's only you that is going to be seeing it, not visitors, because this is only for you as an admin. So heading on to our topic, as I told you earlier, what we are reviewing is the WordPress admin dashboard, everything on it. So from the left side of your screen, you see the name of your site. So this new WordPress can be anything, depends on what you named your site. And if you want to visit your site, you can simply click on visit site. But for this, I'm not going to be clicking it. So you have your dashboard. The reason you have your dashboard open and you see this home and update is because you clicked on the dashboard. Then the second thing you can see is the post. But before we get to posts, this update is very important. So this update comes handy whenever you have any new update, depending on your WordPress website that you need to update or anything, then you will see the number of updates. So this could be plugin update or theme update. So when you click on the update, you will see if you have any pending updates on your plugin side or on your theme side. So, but if you don't have, you can proceed to checking out other things. Now, currently, we don't have any updates that we need to do, and we are using the latest version of our WordPress. So the next thing to explore is the post section. So when we click on the post, it's going to show all the posts that we have published on our WordPress website. You know what I mean by post? Like publication, blog post, to any events or anything that you feel like you want your audience to see. That is what you call post. Then looking at this, you see the default WordPress post that we have whenever we install our new WordPress website. You can delete this hello world so you can be able to add new posts. Adding new posts, you simply have to come to the add new post, click on it. When it opens, you have to put in the title of your post. Like for the purpose of this, we're going to be adding new posts. So our title could be new post. You can write anything in the text side. You can say hello Then after writing everything you want to write, you can come over to this side and choose the category, which we'll get to later. So we're going to be exploring about categories. You can select the tags, then you can put the featured image. This featured image you're about to select is being considered by WordPress as the main image for this particular post. To get our featured image, we simply navigate to our browser search bar and search for pixels.com. This website offers free stock images that you can use for your project or anything without having any issue with copyright. So let's select any image of our choice. Okay, so let's look for WordPress. Click on it. So we can choose any picture here. So for this, I'm going to be going for this, and you can easily download it. Then come to your this and drag it in. So when we click on the publish, we have our post published. So we can view our post by right clicking and clicking on opening it in a new tab. So this is our post. This is the time, the date that we published it. This is the content of our post. And looking at this is uncategorized because we didn't put any category. So we didn't set this post to belong to any specific category. So let's go to the list of our posts and check what we see, what we have there. So looking at this, we have our new post that we just published that we named new post, and we have our hello world, the previous post that we had before we created a post. Then over here we have categories, and categories is different from tags. You know, we have categories and we have tags. Categories is like having sections of what you do on your website. Just like if you have a tech website, you can have categories for web design, you can have categories for troubleshooting, you can have the categories for repairs, computer repairs, you can have lots of categories. So let's just for an example that we have two categories, and first is web design. Then you can just leave this log right like this, it will automatically get updated. Then you can write the description of what your category does, and you can select whether it has a parent category or not, but we're going to be leaving it this way. Then we click on add new category. Now, meaning that we have a new category that we can actually categorize most of every post that has to do with web design under this category, so that it can easily be explored by your user without having to get everything mixed up. And we can come here and click on repairs, or we can actually select any other thing apart from repairs. We can say phone reviews. So maybe you're doing phone reviews. So, and when you go back to your post and edit any post, or maybe add a post. So in this case, we're going to be editing the new post that we created. You go on the category section, you can see where this belongs. And based on this we got a WordPress image from pixels.com. We're going to be selecting web design for this category. Let's assume that it's a web design article. So now that we've updated our post, we can go back to the tab where we opened our post earlier and refresh. Automatically, you'll notice that the category is now set to web design. So this is how you can do your categories. So when it comes to tags, tags is just like the hashtags that we know already when you're creating a social media post. So you can have as many hashtags as possible that is connected to what you're publishing. So if you're talking about how to create a Facebook post, you can actually have hashtags that has to do with Facebook post, or anything, as many as possible. You can create it from here, or while creating a post, you can actually come down to these tags and create a tag. So, and let me go and create a tag for our already published post. I will edit, then go to the tags section and create and write WordPress. So immediately you hit on the enter button, WordPress is going to be added for us. So let's proceed. Now that we've explored everything about post, there's something I still want to touch here. Maybe you actually created a post and you want to edit maybe the page, the post category, the date or anything. You don't have to just click on the edit to start editing it. There's an option for this. You can actually come to the quick edit. Change the post title, you can change the post log, you can change the date, you can actually put it on password. Then you can change the category. You can actually choose more categories. You can click on this and select tags. You can do lots of things, even the template of the post. You can actually do lots of things and immediately hit on the update button. So without having to open everything and start editing or anything taking much time, you can actually do the quick edit. So this is a plus on the WordPress CMS. So we'll be heading on to the media section. Media, as the name implies, has to do with everything connected to media. Your pictures, your music, your videos, every type of media is what you can put in this particular section. And speaking of medias, to put media, you can actually click on the add media, new media file, select the media type that you want to put, or you can actually drag and drop to put any media file, and immediately you put it, it will come up here. So for an example, let's look for a picture to put. So let's come over to Pixels and search for media and look for anything that is connected to media. So let's put this person. We can actually come back to our media section, drag and drop our media file. We have our media file over here. And from here, we can actually do some minor edits. You can edit the image. You can put some information about the picture or any media file actually. So in this case, we used pictures because it's easier and it doesn't take time to load. Now, let's talk about the page section. This is where you add pages on your website like the contact us, the about us, our services, and every other important page that your site may need, including privacy policies, cookies policies, which are very important on your site. To add a new page is exactly like adding a new post, but it's just that this is a page and the other one is a post. So pages are the important section of your site that is always evergreen, so it doesn't get outdated like posts. Like when you create a new post, you're expected to update your post or to create new other posts. But pages are just pages because they represent the important part of your website. And when it comes to comments are what you have on your post. Like when you go to any post that you've published, you can come down and see the comments. So if I actually comment and say hello and post my comment, what happens is my comment will be seen immediately. The reason it's seen immediately is because I'm the admin of this website. Normally, if a new person should comment, you wouldn't see it immediately. Your comment will be pending for approval by an admin. But right now, it's published immediately. So this is the comment that just performed on our post, and I can actually trash it. I can set it as spam. I can edit it. I can actually reply back to the comment if it were to be a visitor that commented on our website, and we can actually unapprove it. So now that you actually do have a comment, let's head over to the appearance. So appearance literally has to do with how your website looks, the themes we are using and everything. And mostly I like using the Astra theme. Reason I love using the Astra theme is because of how easy it is, and it's super lightweight, because you wouldn't be needing a theme that has a lot of code that will be slowing your site when someone clicks on it for the person to load or to read anything on your website. So you wouldn't want them to start waiting for minutes to get it loaded. So Astra is a lightweight WordPress theme that I think you should check out. There are a lot of other lightweight WordPress themes like the Hello by Elementor and other ones. So right now we have activated the Astra theme, and you can customize it from here. You can actually do a lot of things. And speaking of customization, we have our widget beneath our customize option. So our widget has to do with what appears on the post section of our website. I'm going to do a separate video for this because I don't want this video to be too long. This is where you can add our widget. Then we have our menu. This section is where we have our menu, and our menu can be anything. Like you can create a menu structure, like the category of your menu. I can call it our info and create a menu. And under our menu, if we had pages, we can actually select our pages to appear in our menu, but we don't have pages that is active. And you can actually put posts on your menu, but in this case we are not putting it. We can create a custom link. So I'm going to be creating a custom link. This one I will call it About Us. Then I'll add the menu. Then the next one, I'll be calling it Contact Us. And I'll add it also. Now you can actually change the position of these individual menus. You can make it to be under this and become a sub menu, or you can actually make it to be a main menu on its own, being an independent menu. Then you can save the menu. Now we have our menu saved. And if you're not a developer, if you're not really an expert using the WordPress CMS, I wouldn't advise you to go to the theme file editor section. Reason is because you can get your site messed up. So it has to do with people that really knows what they're doing, because this is where the raw code of everything you have on your WordPress exists. So if you're not really advanced, if you don't know how to code, and if you don't understand the PHP and CSS and everything, you shouldn't go to this section. You shouldn't ever go to this section, because you'll be messing up your site big time. The plugin section is actually what makes WordPress a beautiful and powerful CMS, because we have lots of plugins for different purposes. So if you want to add a new plugin, you can come over here and click on the Add New Plugin. And when it opens, you will see a lot of plugins that you can use for any specific purpose. So the plugin that is very popular in WordPress is Elementor plugin. So the Elementor plugin is a web builder that enables you to build websites without coding anything. You don't have to code, you just have to drag, drop, and have your beautiful website set up. So it's easy to install, and it also has a pro version, but the free version can give you 80% of what you need, except you really go in advanced, that you want to be using the dynamic tags and everything and create something different from ordinary. That's where you can go for the pro version. Now that it has installed, you can actually click on activate to make it activated. Now this is how you can install plugins on WordPress. Then coming down here, you can also click on the installed plugin. So now that I've installed it, now you can see the list of plugins that are active and the ones that are not active. So looking at this, asking me anti-spam, You can actually activate it for it to start working. Most plugins, after activating it, it will automatically take you to where you can start creating or activating the plugin. This is not what we're going to be doing right now. Let's go back. So this is how you can activate and deactivate, also delete plugins. Then the other side is users. So this section is also an important section that you have to concentrate on, pay more attention to. Now, looking at this is the super user of this WordPress website. My username over here is CEO, and we have our email and the role. The role is administrator because I'm the administrator of this website. Then this is the number of posts that under this account has been published. You can actually edit this, or if you want to add a new user, you can click on the add new user. So on the add new user section, you can add a username and call it anything. We're going to be calling it Michael. And the email can be anything. Email at example.com. So your first name, I'll call it Michael. Your last name, Smart. So this is optional. Is either you use the auto-generated password, or you can create your own password. So, and I'm going to confirm the use of weak password, and you can come here and select the role. This is very important. Don't ever make a user an administrator except you're absolutely sure that you know the person you are making an administrator, so the person wouldn't create things or change anything on your site, or even the worst, get your site out. So you shouldn't do it. And always give new users a subscriber role, meaning that they can only read, they can't edit, they can't do nothing, they can only read and comment on your site. Then we have our new user, Michael. Now you can actually come over here to see other tools that WordPress gives to you. And over here we see the categories and tags converter, where you can convert your tags and categories. So they're going to ask you to download a plugin that can do this for you. And the next one is export. So this is when you want to do an export of your pages, your posts, your content, or anything. This is how you can download them in a single file. But I wouldn't advise you to follow this procedure. If you really want to back up your WordPress website, there are plugins that can help you achieve this in a very simple and perfect way. Moving on to the next section, we have your site health. This particular section is considered to be super important because it's actually the place that WordPress analyzes your site and shows if there's any critical issue affecting your site security or the performance. So on the other side, you see export personal data. You can choose to put in your email that you want to export the data and send the request for it to get exported. And over here we have the settings. So this settings section is also very important because it consists of the site title and the site tagline. You can have a tagline that says anything that is associated to your company or related to what you're doing. You can say new order, anything, you can just put in anything. Then the site icon. Site icon is also called a file icon. Your site icon is the little thing that appears at this place of your site. This little thing that appears here is your site icon. And over here you see where your website is located. I don't expect you to touch this. This is the administrative email. This is the email that WordPress is going to be using to send an SMTP messages to people, a bulk mail to your subscribers. So, and this place is very important. Don't ever change this to an administrative role. The reason is because if you click that, anyone can register, and this is the role that is being assigned to them by default on completion of registration. Meaning that if you set it to as a subscriber as it is, when a user registers on your site, the user will automatically have the role of a subscriber. But if you make it an administrator, anyone that registers is automatically an administrator, and that is the mistake that you wouldn't want to make. I'm not going to be saving changes, so we're going to be heading to the writing. The writing section is your default post category. This section is where you set your default post category. You can make it web hosting or phone reviews or anything that you wish. You can change the default post format. So we left it as standard because we're publishing a standard article. You can change it to any one that you wish, or even a video post format. Then the editor we're using is classic editor. You can choose block editor. It depends on what you want. Allow users to switch editors. You can choose yes to enable the user to choose any preferred editor. So this is your mail server configuration. I don't think you should be going here. You don't ever have to go here. Leave it as it is, except you know what you're doing. On the reading section, you have how many posts that should come out on your post page, the syndication feed, and how the recent your post can be. Then you have to decide if you want your full text to show on each post, or if you want it to be an exempt. Then if you make it an exempt, the person have to click on read more to be able to see more posts. Then this side, except you don't want webmasters like Google, Microsoft, Bing, Yandex, and the rest of them to index and make your site searchable. You shouldn't ever discourage search engines from indexing your site, except you know what you're doing. Then the discussion side is the part that you allow comments or people to comment on your site. What happens when they comment, how many days your comment should be, when it's not approved. A lot of other things is what you can set here. And another thing is you can also set the list of words that you don't want it to appear on the on your WordPress comment. You can actually put the moderation here. You can change the icon from mystery person to anyone that you want, and you can do lots of other things at the comment section. In the media section, you can change how the thumbnail size is. So I advise you to leave it as it is, because these are the standard sizes, depending on the file size or anything that you're doing. Then the permalinks. This section has to do with how your URL will appear. So I prefer using post name, because it will just come out as the post name that you used. I actually think that you should leave it this way, and because it's very necessary. Then most importantly, for the health of your SEO, when editing this, you have to be very careful, because anything you do here deeply affect your SEO on search engine. The privacy section. Actually, this section allows your subscribers or your visitors to understand and know the laws of your website. So this is actually everything about the WordPress dashboard and how you can do a lot of things on your WordPress section. So you can easily click on this overview over here at the top to minimize this, or you can leave it as it is. If you don't want it, as we did earlier, you can come over here and remove the elemental overview to let it go. So this is actually how you can perform any task on your WordPress dashboard and have everything working smoothly. And as I said earlier, if you don't know what you're doing, just stick to the settings that applies best for you and leave every other settings to make sure that your site doesn't break down. Lastly, this is how you can log out. If you want to log out from your WordPress website, you can just click over here and have your account logged out. Thank you for watching this video, and if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, please kindly click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you know whenever I release a new video. Have a nice day.